Hi, and welcome back. My name is Deneen. You can call me D. I'm an astrologer, and I teach people the psychology behind marketing. And today we're going to be diving into, Mars in Sagittarius. All right, so let's get started, you guys. So Mars in Sagittarius, fiery planet, fiery sign. But in this case, Sagittarius brings with it a lot of energy, a lot of oomph for adventure and for journey. So these people, they have a lot of energy. I don't think y'all hearing me, okay? They have a lot of energy. So this is the person who has a lot of energy to take action, a lot of energy to travel long distance, and also a lot of energy to ask the bigger questions in life, okay? To not just one person, but a multiple group of people that they're meeting in freaking passing, or groups of people that they know, okay? Now, Mars in Sagittarius, this shows a person who is adventurous and very much freedom loving, but also to a person who is very much going to put their energy towards, we won't say spirituality, we'll say religion, but a lot of the times philosophy. So why is it that they take action in the way that they take action? Over time, from when they are younger to when they get older, they're going to find that they have their own philosophy behind why it is that they take action that way, okay? Or why it is that they have that philosophy in life, okay? When it comes to asserting themselves, okay? Even when it comes to protecting themselves, okay? Now, Mars in Sagittarius, it brings with it a lot of energy, okay? So you actually have a lot of energy to get things done, but also a lot of energy to ponder on things that people wouldn't normally think about. So these people can have a certain amount of time, okay, scalped out, or a certain amount of time that they put into religious practices, philosophies in life that they want to learn, different cultures that they are going to dig into. And Mars in Sagittarius, okay, this person is down to travel around, okay? And this is not just to one place, this is to many places. And they do want to know the bigger question of why, okay? When it comes to people, okay? And how it is that they live their life or go about their life. They want to know the why. Why are you taking action that way? Why are you doing it this way, okay? And Mars in Sagittarius, this can have a person who, again, fiery planet, fiery sign. So how is it that they're taking action, or their actions can be seen, okay, as very much grandiose, okay? And this is, when I say grandiose, I very much mean that they have a freedom-loving spirit to them. And so a lot of the times, because when we think of Mars, okay, in modern astrology, we think of the first house, okay? And then you have Sagittarius, which deals with Jupiter, okay? Now, morals and ethics, energy, okay? Putting those two to get together, okay? Energizing the character as the person that they are, okay? So this is a lot of energy behind how they come off, how they take action, how it is that they assert themselves. It seems very grandiose, okay? Even if it's not on the biggest level, okay? And there's other things going on in the chart. It's still quite impactful for a lot of people, and also for them, okay? They have what we call an extensive amount of energy. And even though this is used in travel, it's also used in how it is that you can put a perspective or a spin on life that happens over time, like from journeying to one place to another place, okay? How it is that the cultures are different and how that impacts the way that you are asserting yourself in that area, okay? If the person or people's philosophy is actually in tandem with who you are as a person, okay? And how you want to move around as a person, or if you're still learning that, and then you're learning what you do and what you don't like, okay? So over time, from when they're younger to when they get older, you actually will see in them, okay, not just huge amounts and reserves of energy, but a particular liking and a particular fondness, okay? I want to use those two words, liking and fondness, all right? for their philosophy in life and how it is that they take action towards things, okay? The house that is sitting here is going to tell you way more about this, but the sign tells you how, and because it is fire and fire, okay? Sagittarius being a more transpersonal and transcendent fire, okay? This is moving beyond actions, okay, in ways of viewing the world that previously before you had, okay? And you move forward with this, and it strengthens your perspective on not just you and how you can move through life, but how other cultures and groups of people move through life, okay? Now, there can also be a strong liking for longer books, okay? Longer books, and as I said, anything that can require time, okay? Because there's a lot of energy to be put and directed. So that brings me to my next point when it comes to Mars and Sagittarius. You must direct your energy, okay? You have a lot of energy, and it is meant to be utilized. Now, there's so much fire going on here. We have to check to see if the person is balanced and everything in the chart is balanced. But once that is, okay, seen and you check that and everything, Mars being in Sagittarius, how is it that you want to direct that energy? And where are you going to direct that energy towards, okay? Now, Mars in Sagittarius can also bring about a person who very much is into learning, okay? So this is why they read those super long books, those super long texts, freaking thick. Okay? This is why they want to do that. However, Mars in Sagittarius is the energy put behind moving forward with asserting yourself and growing, okay? How it is that you assert yourself through what it is that you're learning, okay? And the perspective shifts that you are making on your journey through life, all right? So Mars in Sagittarius, you can also use a lot of your energy for in the bedroom, okay? Because there's a lot of energy there for that with Mars in Sagittarius, because this is a fiery planet and this is a fiery sign, okay? So there's stuff going on there as well. But this can also bring about people who are amazing at traveling and getting you from point A to point B, okay? Telling you this is where you go and this is how you take this and da-da-da, okay? They're the people who would do that. Travel agent, hello. But they're awesome at that. And Mars and Sagittarius, they're adventurous learners. Not just learning to learn, but learning for fun, okay? They're adventurous learners. They want to be taken on a journey. They want to understand what is the why, okay? And how is this teaching me? How is this impacting me? And through that process of them asserting themselves and doing that and learning that, you actually make an even bigger impact on the people around you, okay? So that is super beautiful about your sign. I love that about your sign, okay? Mars in Sagittarius. If this is your sign, okay, your sign. If this is your placement, then you can go ahead and hit the like button down below, okay? And if you don't ever want to miss out on any of our astrology videos or our psychology videos, then go ahead and hit subscribe and the notification bell so you're always notified. I love and appreciate you guys all the time, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Bye.
They know who we are, they just think that we don't know. Put your hand up in this fire, see if you don't get roast, homie. Pocket for the knots, I could show you these ropes, Everybody smiling around me, I ain't say no jokes,